Well, we're continuing to follow this breaking news situation. Ex-NFL star Aaron Hernandez was found dead after hanging himself in the cell. And new developments just coming in a few minutes or so ago. Looks like he was not on suicide watch and there was no note found in his jail cell. Now, he was found earlier this morning, according to the Department of Corrections there, hanging in his jail cell by a bed sheet that was tied to the window. Now, he was sentenced to life in prison for a murder and actually just recently found not guilty in a separate double murder case. Now, this comes just hours before the New England Patriots are set to head to the White House today to be honored for their latest Super Bowl win. In the Live Center, I'm Kalina Estrinos.
As you're heading out this morning, a lot of clouds blanketing our sky, another deep marine layer with us. And you can see La Jolla, little wet roads there, so it may be a little slick as you're heading out due to that drizzle. Overcast in Poway right now, and you can see I've enhanced the satellite imagery so you can see all those clouds all the way up to our mountains this morning. But let me show you hour by hour as far as rain goes. We're talking about a 10% chance through about 8, maybe 9 o'clock this morning. Then we're going to be drying out with faster clearing of the clouds today. Warm for most areas this afternoon, mid-70s inland, 60s and a few 70s along our coastline, and breezy again this afternoon. I'll pinpoint when those clouds clear today, hour by hour, when I come back in 8 minutes. And Kalina Estrinos is monitoring your morning drive.
Yeah, Megan, this is the 5 freeway in both directions right now. You can see northbound traffic heavier, of course, on the southbound side. So if you're going to be traveling here this morning, you're looking at a 22-minute commute with the bulk of the traffic right around the National City area between the 54 and the 94. And I'm going to continue to watch your roadways. We'll take a look at your alternate route, the 805, coming up next.
All right, thank you very much, Ed. It's 6:02. We have breaking news right now. You see right here those fire lights and alarm going off. This is a business east of San Ysidro. We have reports of a man shooting at fire extinguishers.
Yeah, let's get to photojournalist Ginny Creighton, who's live in our 10 News breaking news tracker. So, Ginny, can you explain what we're looking at here?
I sure can. Virginia and Jason, this is a Department of Motor Vehicles office. This is a state office. I'm down in Otay Mesa, right off of 905. I'm going to push in a little bit here and show you a little bit more of this office. Now, Jason is right. Those are fire and actually burglary alarms. The San Diego Police Department are set up here. I'm going to push in, and it's okay because there's probably no way this guy will be able to see this picture, so I'm okay pushing in to show you their position. There's a man inside who is using a fire extinguisher. He broke in, and he pulled the fire extinguisher out, and he's been shooting that fire extinguisher off. At one point, just about 10 minutes ago, he made contact with some police officers who are on the other side of the building to the right as I begin to pan over here. He then retreated, went back inside, closed the door, and the police, you know, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to wait him out, figure out what they have to do. So they have less than lethal weapons, which include the beanbag gun. There's a dog with a handler. As you see, those 3 officers are going to push back into them. The California Highway Patrol actually has jurisdiction over this building because it is a state building. They're off to the right. The entire building is surrounded by law enforcement officers. And I'm going to show you one other thing. I'm going to show you this right in the middle of the screen. You see that black tarp? It's probably the doormat that he put up on the door, and then he began spraying the fire extinguisher all over the building. That's the way it stands right down here on Business Center Drive in Otay Mesa. Continue to watch this. And, of course, they're going to get him. It's just a matter of time. And as I hear sirens in the distance, there are more police officers arriving as I speak.
Yeah,
I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, how bizarre. Ginny Creighton there live, and you'll keep us posted on what else happens. Thank you so much.
And breaking overnight, a suspected drunk driver slams into a family's backyard workshop, barely missing a bedroom where a teenage girl was sleeping.
Yeah, let's get to 10 News reporter Mary McKenzie, who is live in Paradise Hills. Mary, that poor family must have been terrified.
Jason, Virginia, the car is gone now, but you can see where it went into the house here, or into the backyard shed, as you mentioned. The whole fence, the shed, destroyed. The car came within inches of hitting the home. Thankfully, everyone's okay. Scary night, though, for this family. The dad was actually working in this shed about 1:30 when this happened. White car coming within inches of hitting the house. It still managed to do a lot of damage. Now, there was a young girl, 17 years old, sleeping in her bedroom inches away. She says she can't stop thinking about what happened.
I come out just to see the damage, and I just started shaking. I couldn't breathe. I was just shocked. I didn't know that this could happen. And because I was so close, like, I just felt like if it was any inch closer, the window could have broken and I could have probably gotten cut or even worse.
The driver took off. Police managed to track him down, finding him about a mile away at his mother's house. He was arrested, then put into an ambulance. His mother actually got into a shoving match with police when they came to get her son. She is now under arrest as well. Back out here live now. We were talking about it, and in some ways it may be very fortunate for this family that they had this shed here, that all of this stuff was here along the side of their house, or else that car would likely have continued straight into the house. We would have been telling a very different story this morning. We're live in Paradise Hills. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Wow, thank you, Mary. Staying on top of breaking news here, bullets flying inside a local store. A robber then pistol whipped a store clerk in the head.
And 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is live where this happened in Spring Valley this morning. And Mimi, officers, are they any closer to finding this person who did it?
Well, Jason, Virginia, they have the robbery detectives inside of the store now combing through evidence, but they still have this area completely taped off as they actively search for that man who did take off running. Now, fortunately, the clerk is doing okay. He's still here now, but he was hurt when that man pistol whipped him in the back of the head. Paramedics checked him out here at the scene. His head was injured, but he didn't need to go to the hospital. Deputies got his story. He says that violent man just ran into the store and demanded cigarettes, but then he pistol whipped the clerk who was in there alone and then fired off gunshots into the ceiling. Now, there are some surveillance cameras inside, so detectives will be looking through that footage as part of their investigation. The man did get away with cigarettes, money, and food. We'll be talking with those detectives through their investigation this morning to get you a better description of that man who did take off running. I'll bring you any new information as I learn more. For now, we're live in Spring Valley. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Happening today, mosquito season is here, and crews wasting no time spraying to kill mosquitoes that can carry Zika and West Nile. Crews and helicopters are dropping larvicide onto nearly 50 rivers, streams, ponds, and other waterways. They say the chemical is harmless to people and pets, but it can kill the mosquito larvae before they can turn into biting adults. The spraying will happen once a week, lasting through October. So mosquitoes that can carry Zika have been found all across about 10 local neighborhoods, and here's a map of all of them right there. They've all been sprayed down just in case. None of the mosquitoes tested positive for Zika in these neighborhoods, but 82 people who live here have tested positive after traveling abroad.
We have some new information for you about one of the people killed in the shooting Rampage in Fresno. Fresno Bee posted a photo of Zach Randalls. That's him right here. He was reportedly on his first ride-along as a gas and electric employee when he was shot. He and his wife have a young son, a daughter in preschool. Police say after shooting and killing Randalls, Corey Ali Muhammad shot and killed 2 more people. This morning, a man who says he heard the gunfire from inside his house is talking about it.
Turned around, looked out the window, and saw the second and third gunshot. Third shots of this guy being shot and falling to the ground, and the guy ran off.
Police officers tracked Muhammad down. That's him. They have him under arrest. They're calling this a hate crime. They say Muhammad told them he wanted to kill white people. They also say he had killed another person just last week. 6:08, new from overnight, a North Korean mocked-up video shows America on fire after a missile strike. The whole thing is set to a musical performance celebrating the birthday of that country's founding father. North Korean media released the video today. This video first appeared during a military performance during birthday celebrations over the weekend. North Korea, as you probably know, just tested a missile over the weekend, but it failed. Since then, President Trump and Vice President Pence have been ramping up their warnings to the country. The Navy, meantime, says San Diego-based USS Carl Vinson was not on its way to the Korean Peninsula last week, as the Trump administration had said, but is headed there now, and their deployment has been extended by a month.
Happening today, San Diego State student leaders could vote to get rid of this: the school's Aztec warrior mascot. The school's Associated Student Council voting to phase out the Aztec name, some calling it offensive. School officials stress if the vote passes today, it's only a recommendation. A lot would still have to happen. The university would then ask for more input, similar to what happened last time the logo underwent a major change back in 2001. So we'll let you know, will they still be the San Diego State Aztecs or something else?
I know, or maybe just the look will change.
Yeah.
All right, at 6:10, is the marine layer still really juicy?
Oh yeah, it is. And I was actually just looking at the La Jolla cam, and it's still kind of wet on the roadway. So that drizzle kind of loosening up some of the dirt may make it a little slick as you're heading in. But right now, let's show you the clouds in Solana Beach. This is what most of us are dealing with right now. But hour by hour, by about 10 o'clock, we're going to see that sunshine breaking through. Plenty of sunshine into the afternoon, and warm for the inland areas in the mid-70s. Poway and El Cajon, some of the warmer spots at 78. And the winds will be building as we head into the afternoon. We're going to be talking about summer-like temperatures just days away. I'll pinpoint how hot we're going to get in 10 minutes. Kalina.